All right. Hello, Guffy Force Apparition. No way. Welcome back to Fata Morgana. It always feels like every day after the break day, it feels like it's been forever since the last stream. I don't know why. It's only one day, I guess. It's just kind of like a break in the routine. Anyway, last time we got through Michel's nightmarish experience. Oh, God. I'm just glad it's over. And you know how you deal with people who, like, get off on despair, you know? Danganronpa taught us all that if someone is just high on despair, you just have to go, yeah, sure, whatever. And you just, like, just make them bored. Because people who love despair hate boredom. Once again, thank you, Danganronpa. So, Aimee just, for whatever reason, I still think that, I still think that Aimee was probably behind the soldiers being sent to the mansion. She might have intercepted his letter or something, and, just set something up without the brothers knowing, because, like, the way they were just so accepting of him. Like, that was beautiful near the end. That was just incredible. Like, there's no way they, like, changed their minds and just wanted to kill him. Seriously. If they did, that would be truly heartbreaking. Anyway, let's get back to the story. We are almost literally out of stuff to flash to. I can't possibly imagine what other stories we could tell after Michel is done telling his memories. So it looks like we really are heading into the end game. Do you have the answers I seek, O Father in heaven? If you do, I ask of you to guide me. To please tell me what I am. If I truly am cursed. And perhaps you could tell me how much my soul weighs too. Probably not very much. Oh God, Michel, no. I spent enough time alone in that dark mansion to drive anyone mad. The more time that passed, the more I grew to question myself, my worth as a human being. And whenever the self-doubt and loathing became too much to take, I trekked up to the top of the observation tower to see the light. Sitting there on the hard floor, I would place my hand on the skeleton's leg, its shoulder, its hand. From the size of the bones, whoever it was appeared to have still been young when their life withered away. Poor child. Even I feel blessed compared to you. Oh, how miserable it must have been, locked away up in this tower, to have your arm mercilessly severed. You have my pity, though. Hello, Marco J. Welcome to the stream. I alone shall mourn your death, and I alone shall take comfort in your presence. You poor, poor child. By pretending to pity someone who had it worse than me, I was able to feel somewhat better about myself. Because if I was in a position to pity someone else, then conversely, I wasn't in a position to be pitied. Vainly, foolishly trying to convince myself of a lie. I spent hours, days alone in that tower, holding the dry bones in my arms. Now there was a sight to lend credence to my alleged madness. Over time, the air in the mansion seemed to thicken, as if the fog were condensing. Water pushed out all the air, swallowing me up, suffocating me. A putrid mire. I was trapped at the bottom of this thick black sludge. Soon I lost track of the passage of time, my only landmarks being the dates on Mother's letters. Before I knew it, 8 years had passed. Oh, that's interesting. He didn't start hearing the witch until very close to when Giselle got there. What the hell? Is this? I hadn't heard my own voice in so long, I'd almost forgotten what it sounded like. There was a delivery that day, but it wasn't the usual package. Oh, God. The servant was instead carrying a large rectangular object, draped in cloth. Shoving that into my hands, he said, "The regular supplies will be here in a couple of days," and then ran off. Oh, God. Oh, God. Presumably he was afraid to spend any more time than necessary with a cursed man. But I didn't bother to say anything about it. I knew it was a waste of breath. And I was not inclined to hold it against him if he didn't want to look me in the eye, to exchange words. All I could reasonably do was sit back and bear it. As long as I kept my mouth shut, the man could do his job in peace. By the candlelight, I began unwrapping the package the servant had delivered. From within, a sheet of parchment fell to the floor. And inside the package was a painting. Oh, God. Oh, no. Just looking at it, I couldn't tell what it was. Aside from the fact that it was a portrait of a woman. I knew those brushstrokes, though. They were very distinctly George's. Oh, God. No! What the fuck? The woman depicted had white hair. White hair? There was a flash. A fresh jolt of pain that had nearly faded away. The half-dozen needles piercing my chest. What the actual fuck? So much blood had spilled from those gouges I had long since lost any sensation of pain. But now it was back. No, Georges. You didn't! My whole body froze. The blood in my veins came to a halt. I couldn't breathe. I was drowning in a pool of imaginary water. I crouched down to pick up the sheet of parchment. It was a letter in Mother's handwriting. The first line read, as it did in all her correspondence. Oh, God. My beloved daughter, Michel. Every day I pray that your curse might be broken. But lately I have come to think that perhaps the reason you remain cursed is because you have forgotten what you are supposed to be. Oh, for fuck's sake! So long have you spent in that accursed form It is a little surprise you would lose sight of yourself. How can you return to your true self if you do not even remember what that is? So I asked Georges to paint you a picture, hoping it might help you break free of your curse. Oh, God. Well, the mother might have made him to do it. Oh, God. Okay, that's slightly better. Hello, David. Welcome to the stream. Damn, that's loud. You are a beautiful young woman, my dear Michel. Oh, for fuck's sake! I presume you have already seen the painting. It's lovely, wouldn't you agree? That flowing right hair and skin like glass. Those deep, enchanting red eyes. Oh, for fuck's sake, fuck you! Those slender fingers and modest feminine frame. Those soft lips. It is not you when you were younger, though. Instead, I had him imagine what you would look like now. For fuck's sake! That is what you will look like when your curse is broken. Isn't that wonderful? Imagine it. Envision yourself. Your true self. Oh, for fuck's sake! Remember who you are. Recall your true self. I wait eagerly until the day you come back to me, looking as beautiful as you do in this painting. Fuck you. My dear, sweet Michel. This is you. This is the real you. You are beautiful, my little girl. And I love you dearly. That awful fussle those years ago. We can pretend none of that ever happened. Forget all about the dreadful thing that curse made you. Become the girl you used to be. The girl you were meant to be. So we can once more be a happy family. I am waiting. Forever waiting for you. Oh God, will you fuck off? Oh God. The letter ended there, leaving me with the woman in the painting staring back at me, her eyes seeming to insist that I was not me, that she was the real me, and I was nothing more than a fraud. Laughing at me, scoffing at me for ever thinking I was anything but female, mocking me for stubbornly insisting I wanted to be a man. The pain in my chest swelled, spilling from my mouth in grunts and moans. And then... I screamed from the bottom of my lungs. Why? I yanked at my hair. Why, Georges? Slammed the painting against the floor. You said I could believe you! You swore to the God of us! So why? Why would you do this to me? You said yourself that you didn't think I was cursed. You acknowledged me as your brother. You know this isn't me. So why? Why would you make this? I've been waiting for so long. I put my trust in you in GTA. I trusted you. I believed you would always support me. Was that all a lie? Deep down you really think I'm cursed just like mother? And that's why you haven't written to me! Why haven't you answered any of my letters? Where did my faith get me? Why did you even help me escape? Was it all for show? Was my execution just a lie? An excuse for you to send me somewhere far away? Well, was it? Tell me, Judges! Tell me the truth! What about you, DDA? Where do you stand? No, this isn't real! My voice was getting hoarse. I didn't have the strength to hold it in, and everything came spilling out of me, squeezed out by the phantom water. And the white-haired girl in the painting just stared back at me, smiling. I bit down on my lip as hard as I could. A metallic taste spread through my mouth, drops of blood trickling to the floor. Pulling the knife I used to open the monthly deliveries from my waistband. I lifted it high into the air, gathering what remained of my strength. This isn't me! And slashed the woman's face with it. This isn't me! This isn't me! I am not this woman! I am a man! Carved into it. This is not how I look! With everything I had. Don't try to erase who I really am! Don't call me repulsive! Don't say I'm an abomination! I tore into that smile, contempt surging from every slash. This woman isn't real! I wanted to curse the whole damn world. Every last thing. This wretched mire that had become of my life. My brothers for happily going about their lives as I suffered here in the darkness. My delusional mother for refusing to acknowledge who I was. My father for trying to have me killed. Aimee for making me realize I was a man, and then for torturing me for coming out about it. Everyone. I didn't care anymore. I wanted everyone who had ever wronged me to suffer the same way I had. I can make that happen. A voice rang out. I can curse them for you, my dear. It was a woman's voice, muffled, like there were several walls between me and her. Who's there? I swiped up my candlestick, thrusting it forward to the sides, behind me, but there was no one else around. Give it a little thought. It's not that difficult. And when you figure it out, come to me. I have been waiting for so long for someone like you. Someone with such hatred for the world. How am I supposed to know who you are? How could you not, my dear? You visited me so many times. Held me in your arms, whispered, "Poor child," into my ear again and again. What? No, that's not possible. I see. Oh, I see. I finally, truly lost my mind. If that's what you wish to believe, that's your choice. But the way I see it, if you had truly lost your mind, you wouldn't be in so much pain. The voice, still muffled and unclear, seemed to be coming from somewhere far away, and very close at the same time. Find your way to me, and opened the door once more. Let me out of my cage. Give me your hand. My God. Hey, Morgana, do you know Lambda Delta? Jeez.
Oh, yeah. She's kind of a loopy one. Not really as much as fun to be around as Bernie Burns. Kinda creeps me out.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Lambda. Jeez. I knew in the back of my mind that it was all absurd. But nonetheless, I did as the voice said. I let myself be drawn in by the pleasant whispers. Oh, and speak of the devil, welcome to the stream, Lambda Delta. The archangel stood proudly upon his glass perch, looking down at me. His gaze seemed almost judgmental. But I marched for the tower, unconcerned. For so long, I have been waiting. Waiting for the day I would be rid of this darkness. For the day someone would truly set me free. Oh, I was just talking about Lambda Delta, the character. That's why I said that. When you arrived at this house, I felt the hands of fate at work. That you were led here, that you were meant to come to this place. You've been through so much to get here. I know your pain. I know how it feels to be locked up, to be tortured and used for others' gain. You were the only one to ever have pity for me. And I shall be the only one to ever have compassion for you. You were the only one to stay at my side. And I shall do the same for you. You can give me life again. You can resurrect me. Now, open the door, Michel. It felt like I was no longer... Wow! Damn! No longer in control of my own body. Her voice was tender in a way unlike either mother's or Aimee's. Enticingly so. Standing at the top of the observation tower, I pushed open the door. And the first thing I saw was the ray of light shining through the window. And nothing else. Thank you for opening the door. It was empty. The skeleton which had been sitting there as long as I had been at this house had vanished without a trace. That is freaky as fuck. I spun around, my gaze darting back and forth across the chamber, but there was no one there. Only her voice whispering in my ear. You made this possible. You gave me the chance to have my revenge. Revenge? Now, I can make those men suffer a hell even worse than the one they put me through. Constant, everlasting despair! Their flesh may turn to dust, but so long as their souls live on, their torture will know no end. The tenderness in her voice had crumbled away, leaving only raw loathing behind. She then let out a half-muffled cackle. Who are you? Oh, you poor dear. They locked you up here without telling you whose house it was. You sad, pathetic thing. Though that's exactly the kind of person I needed. You're not the witch, are you? That I am. Give the boy a prize. I am the cursed witch who loathes this puny, wretched world. Curses it. And my name is Morgana. Hello, Rukasu. Welcome to the stream. Morgana. I assumed the witch was nothing but a legend, a tale. If you don't believe me, I would be happy to show you. Let's see. I could place a curse on someone you have a grudge against. Drag them down into the dark abyss. You are the one who granted me freedom, after all. Sympathized with me, pitied me, appreciated me. You happily embraced my filthy corpse! And for that, I will grant you your wish. Wishes can come true, Michel. Much the same way I was able to come back to life. If you remain steadfast in your desires, they will become reality. For devotion and yearning, on the fountain from which miracles spring. I could not leave the mansion's grounds. But that is but a minor inconvenience. Tell me who you wish to curse, and I can lead them here. So interesting that she can't leave, but her power can extend and bring people to her. I can force the cross you were made to bear upon them. I believe in my power to perform miracles because you made my miracle a reality. So tell me, my dear, who will be first? Your second brother who made that ridiculous painting. Georges, shall we kill him? He deserves at least that. He brought you more than enough pain. But if you would rather, you could curse your mother instead. Or the woman who set you on this path. Or perhaps you would prefer your father. With him gone, you could return home. Ask, and I will perform a miracle for you. I didn't think she was lying either. As ridiculous as the whole affair sounded, the skeleton had disappeared from the tower, and I was hearing a disembodied voice. But beyond that, the voice seemed to have a sort of magnetism to it. If magic truly did exist in this world, then her words were laced with it. There was a power in her voice, something that repelled any instinct I might have had to doubt the things she said. So I, on the verge of losing my grasp on reason altogether, believed every word the witch said. I wanted to curse them. To curse my brothers, mother, father, Aimee. And the witch was saying I could do precisely that. What will it all be, my dear? There is no prize. I don't require a sacrifice or a dark ritual to perform my magic, unlike some witches who shall remain nameless. And then Beatrice is all like, hey! I simply wish to show my gratitude. I want you to have that which you desire. Who do you wish to curse? The witch's sweet whispers hung in the air for a brief moment before wisping away. All the muscles in my body tensed up. I felt woozy, like the floor was wobbling beneath me. It took everything I had not to fall over. Who did I want to curse? Oh, and by the way, you're welcome to choose more than one. All of them, even. I'm pretty badass. I could curse them, and the witch would kill my family. I would be free. No one would know that I've been born female. Why don't you become the new head of the estate? Who would I curse? Who would I kill? Didier, Georges, mother, father, Aimee, all of them? They had exiled me to this place. Have your revenge. A black butterfly fluttered across the room, single shaft of light. And I stared absently up at it. Dozens of memories, of emotions flash through my mind. But at the end of the day, we're family. We can get past anything.
With enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before.
Seriously, Aimee should be first. Absolutely.
Just like it did for myself and Georges. I don't understand. Why would I think about them now? They've abandoned me. Left me in that room for 2 years, and then left me here for 8. And they don't care whether I'm alive or dead. So why should I?
Yeah, seriously. There is no reason not to curse Aimee.
Why should I?
Have you made up your mind?
I have.
Then tell me, my dear, who will it be? Who will you curse?
No one.
Really? Not even Aimee? Are you sure?
I cannot curse anyone, Morgana.
Surely you jest. I know just how much you wish to see them dead. This isn't how this is supposed to go. I felt all your hatred, your despair. And you mean to tell me you can't curse them?
It struck me just now that I can't do that to family. I could not even curse my own family.
This is the family that cast you aside, labeled you as cursed, made you suffer for years, and then locked you away in this remote mansion! And they don't even feel the slightest bit remorseful about any of it.
I understand that. I know that they don't give the same weight to their words as I do. I figured that out long ago. I know I'm alone in my prayers, that they don't want the same things I do. That I trusted them more than they ever deserved.
So why then can you not curse them?
Because I don't want to hate them. I don't want to bring them suffering. On the contrary, I want them to be happy.
You have no place in that happiness, though. It is a happiness that rests upon your misfortune.
Why, then, should you not drag them down so you can find respite for yourself? I would find no respite by cursing them! How could you be so sure of that, my dear? I must most certainly found a great deal of it myself. You're trying to follow your conscience. I can see that. But that good is superficial, and all it does is shackle you. Remove the shackles, and everything will be so much easier. Nothing you say can convince me to kill my family. Why not someone who isn't family, then? Surely you can think of at least one person you would like to see dead. Oh, I most certainly can! I could kill her 12 times and it wouldn't be enough! Hell yeah! But just because I would be happy with her death doesn't mean there aren't people who would be sad to lose her. Remove any one person from that group, and the whole thing could come crashing down. All because I couldn't restrain my own hatred. Your concern for them will devour you! Don't think I'm not aware of that. You aren't. You don't know that at all. The only reason you gave them any consideration is because, deep down, you still have hope. But hope is as a way of forsaking those who give it a home. But, you have a problem, and you need to take care of it before it kills you. You and I were cut from the same cloth. While you still make care of your family now, in time, you will come to curse them. Consider that a warning, Michel. Your hatred, your curse, is what brought me back to life. And there is no getting around that. We do have plenty of time, though. I'm a ghost. I can live for all eternity if I need to. No need to rush to a decision. I'll show it what it is you truly desire, deep, deep down. And I'll show you again, and again, and again, until you finally acknowledge it. The black butterfly hovering by the window disappeared, and the witch's voice grew distant. Overwhelmed, I collapsed to the floor unconscious. Had I really said what I did out of love for my family? Or was I just afraid of crossing that line? Was Morgana right? Was my heart now home to a terrible monster? If I actually had resurrected the witch with my hatred, maybe that was what I was now. Darkness seeped down over me once more. I was again encased in a pool of despair. Slowly, ever so slowly, it wore away at me, eating me up into nothing, eroding me into nothing. If I didn't come up for air, I soon would take the witch's offer. Cackling like a demon, I would place a curse on someone. I would kill them. Reviving her was a mistake I never should have made. And not for the greater good or anything so noble. No, every time she spoke, a little more of my spirit died. From that day on, Morgana's voice became a constant fixture in my life. Curse them, kill them, curse them. She serenaded directly into my ear. No matter where I hit or how deep my fingers on my ears, her voice resonated directly in my head.
Hearing an incessant stream of curses from a disembodied voice was so unreal, so unbelievable, that I felt as though I was being dragged away from the realm of humanity. There was an odd, unsettling magnetism in her voice. There was an odd, unsettling magnetism in her voice, allowing her malevolence to seep into me. It was downright torturous. Curse them. Revile them. Do you really need to be in your right mind? Honestly. Your fixation on holding on to your sanity is what's causing you to so much anguish. Admit it. There's more darkness, more seething malice inside you than anyone else. That's why you were the one who resurrected me. The Witch Morgana. Oh, sorry. Admit it. You do want to curse them, don't you? You do want to kill them, don't you? No, I don't. I don't want that at all. I've told you this already. You are so desperate to deny it, Michel. It can only mean that it's true. You would be able to maintain your calm if you were truly free of guilt. I do not wish to kill Didier, or Georges, or mother or father. I have no desire whatsoever to see them dead. Your constant blabbering is messing with my head. Be honest with yourself, Michel. You do imagine what it would be like. Be honest with yourself, Michel. You do imagine what it would be like to hold their warm intestines on your hands. My God, seriously. You are the worst aspects of Lambda Delta and Verncastle mixed together. Standing over their bodies. No, I don't. That's not what I want. Don't lie, Michel. You climbed the tower.
You open the door. You sought me. No, I wasn't in control. No, Michel, you were. Enough! I'm done listening to you! Now, don't take your anger out of the inanimate objects, Michel! Do you even know where I am?
That's it! He's got to destroy the skeleton!
Where are you? I'm standing behind you. In front of you. Now I'm beside you. You're just playing around with me, Morgana! Blocking me for your own amusement! Not at all, my dear. Not at all, my dear. In fact, I consider you a close friend. Why would I mock someone who means so much to me? We are not close! You will come to understand in time that we are very much the same. And when you do, you will also know that I am the one person who truly understands you. Enough! 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 Let it all go, Michel. Curse it all with me. Despise it. Kill it. Make it suffer. Curse it! Please, just stop. And where might you be going, Michel? Wherever you run, I will always be by your side. Wherever you run, I will always be right by your side. Are you going to pray to God to exorcise me? Now that's quite amusing, considering I am the child of... She didn't want to say it. I'm not trying to hurt you, Michel. Oh, the contrary. Stop. Stop talking. Please. Just stop.
I want to set you free from your misery.
I can't take it anymore. Please just be quiet. Who's there?
Oh my god. I'm here to deliver your monthly package.
I see.
Oh, it's an extra servant. Michel? Is something the matter? I opened the door, and there stood a servant at the Bollinger estate. He seemed to be quick perturbed by the sight of me. Okay. I must have looked terrible. Morgana's voice, her words, sapped my spirit dry.
A human. A normal person. Not a witch or a spirit or a demon.
I knew good and well that the servant would never do anything to help me. He wouldn't believe a word I said, but at that point, his humanity was enough for me to latch onto.
Help me. Please.
Pardon?
The witch. She talks to me. She never stops talking. I'm begging you. Please get me out of here. Let me go back home in your carriage. Please, let me go back.
Damn, it's hard to do that extended.
The witch's voice. It's killing me. It won't go away. I can't escape it. Please, I need your help.
You've gone mad.
What?
You're crazy. See, this is why I didn't want to do the job. Having to deliver supplies to this darned cursed mansion. Having to get anywhere near the Bollinger's youngest child.
No, I am perfectly sane.
You sold your soul to the devil. Don't think I'm in the dark about that. Oh, God.
No, I did no such thing.
You're completely insane. No! I'm done with this damn job. It's not worth all the riches in the world. Nothing means I have to hang around a lunatic like you even for a minute. My God.
Why? I am not crazy. I am perfectly sane. I'm not mad.
Michel. Your mind is far, far from sound.
I won't hear it. I am not mad, damn it! I am not insane! I won't hear it!
The witch spent nearly every waking moment of every day at my side, talking and talking and talking about how mean-spirited humans were. How ugly they were. An endless loop of vitriol, and she never seemed to tire of it either. Every single day, on and on and on. She also made a point of reminding me about myself, everything I was trying to get away from. But as much as I fought to ignore her, to not let the things she said in, she slipped past every wall I put up, her every word warping me. There was no escape. Curse them. Revile them. Remember the things that they did to you. Close your eyes and envision it. And envision it. Remember the scorn in their eyes, the way their lips twisted as they laughed. You need only curse them, and you can wipe those reprehensible smirks out of existence. I'm serious. Please stop this, Morgana. Please stop talking to me. I'm begging you. I seriously can't take it anymore.
now. Why would you say that, my dear? Oh, now why would you say that, my dear? It's just the two of us in this gloomy old house. I don't see what's wrong with a little conversation. Your voice, everything you say, is eating away at me. I care for you, and everything I say is meant to help you set you free. To kill more people for me, of course, but there wasn't room for that on the card. I care for you, and everything I say is meant to help you set you free. So I will continue saying it. You're allowed to hate the people who have wronged you. They don't deserve happiness. Someone who's always smiling for you is someone who's certain to betray you. Someone who values themselves above all will not hesitate to put others' lives on the line. Someone who values themselves above all will not hesitate to put others' lives on the line. Someone who covets wealth and power will sacrifice his friends and family to obtain it. These are the kinds of people you once surrounded yourself with. I have told you repeatedly that I will not curse anyone! Why must you be so stubborn, my dear? I could ask you the same! Why would you just leave me be? Because I can't stand to see you like this. With one word, you could be free of your pain. But because you insist on shackling yourself to the ideal of family, you're making yourself miserable, my dear. We are the same type of person, Michel. The type who has the right to curse others. Regardless of what kind of childhood you had, or how much hatred is instilled in you, Michel, you are a cursed man named after an angel. You need to realize how twisted you are, and soon. I am not twisted.
Do you honestly still believe you're normal? Tell me, what's normal about someone who happily embraces a skeleton? Tell me, what's normal about someone who hacks away at a girl's face with a knife? That was a painting, Morgana!
Hi. Hi.
You are not normal, my dear. And I will repeat it as many times as I have to. My God, that is literally the worst thing you could have repeated. Oh God. You need to accept that. Why must you hold so tight to your sanity? If you were just let go, you wouldn't have to suffer. No one is going to come and save you, my dear. The only thing that can save you anymore is your loathing.
Hi.
We are the same.
I am nothing like you! I am not a witch! I'm not cursed! I'm human! I'm a human!
Man.
Yes, a man.
With that body.
Ugh.
Oh, my dear friend. Let me tell you something you should be quite pleased to hear. Do you know what some say about people like you? Those who are neither male nor female. That they are like unto God.
Like unto God.
Indeed. My God, Morgana, you are the world's biggest hypocrite here. You should have been worshipped for your divinity, but instead your family cursed you. You are not human. From the second life was first breathed into you, your fate was decided.
No, you're wrong.
If I really were wrong, you would not be here now. You would be back home with your family. Oh God, Morgana. Perhaps you would have a pretty little wife. Living a normal, happy life together. But you have long since strayed from that path. It's well out of sight now.
I have not! I am human. I'm a person. A normal person. The youngest son of the Bollinger estate! I am an ordinary man!
No one, not a single person believed me. Not even the witch was willing to consider me human, never mind my family. The archangel, whose name I shared, looked down upon me. The witch tried to drag me down into her world. My past constantly ate away at me. I had been imprisoned in this place for far too long. There was nothing I could do about my body. All of those things combined threatened to break me. I let out a scream, then stumbled out of the room in a frenzy. I had to get out of that place. It didn't matter anymore that I was forbidden from leaving the property. I just wanted all of it out of sight. If they wouldn't let me come home, then I would run away. It was all I could do. I wanted to get myself anywhere that might have even had the tiniest bit of light to share with me. I was desperate.
Someone! Anyone! Please! Tell me I'm human!
Oh my God, Michel!
Tell me I'm a man! Anyone! Please tell me I'm not cursed!
But when I opened the front door, searing light pierced my eyes.
Ah!
The world quickly went white. I couldn't see a thing. And then...
Ah!
my arm began to burn beneath the sunlight.
Ah!
Black smoke rose from the sizzling flesh. A sickening stench filled the air.
Ah!
Excruciating pain quickly spread to the rest of my body.
Why am I... Water!
I slammed the door shut, restoring darkness. I slammed the door shut, restoring darkness. Gasping and groaning, I trudged back into the house in search of water, which I'm sure the witch Morgana observed with a great deal of pity.
I don't think you're in need of any water. Take another look at yourself.
With what little light managed to worm its way into the corridors to guide me, I dragged myself to the chapel, stopping beside the pale light shining through the stained glass window.
Oh,
I wasn't burned. In fact, my skin hadn't even turned the slightest bit pink. Really? There was nothing wrong with me as far as I could see. Where did that pain come from then? And the distinct stench of burning flesh.
This is your doing, isn't it, Morgana?
Uh-oh.
I know what you're experiencing. It's happened to me, too. Sometimes enough emotional distress and despair can cause physical pain.
Sometimes enough emotional distress and despair can cause physical pain.
The mind and body are much more tightly linked than you think. And your mind is far more damaged than you know. You poor, poor thing. You have my sympathy, my dear. You sad little child.
Collapsed on the floor in front of the multicolored window. I felt like the whole world was closing in on me. Or perhaps metamorphosing around me. I was completely and utterly cornered, and yet there was no getting around that. Which left me only with one option: to stop fighting and accept the harsh reality before me. It would make everything so much easier. The whole world said there was something wrong with me. And I was the only one who tried to deny it. So in the world's eyes, that meant there was something wrong with me. I was abnormal. I was irregular. I was mad. I was cursed. I was not human. Sorry, Guppy Force. Yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling a bit tired. I gotta go to the bathroom really soon, but the scene is just way too interesting, and yet I'm tired, and yet I want to read it. It's a kind of a perfect storm here. I was not human. I was not a man. Don't think that.
If I'm not human or male, maybe I should just call myself a witch.
I did, however, remain firm in my refusal to curse anyone, unwilling to give up that last piece of my humanity. Everything else I let go of, which took a great deal of weight off me. I stopped caring, and I stopped thinking. I stopped wanting someone to accept me, and I stopped wanting to run away. Sunlight no longer caused me agonizing, unseen burns, but in exchange, I became emotionally empty. I discarded my faith and hope, building a shell of cynicism and closing myself within it. And in time, that became my normal. I began to believe it was what I wanted. Tranquility filled my days. Time trudged onward at an almost imperceptible pace. The witch's whispers no longer caused me aggravation. Oh my god, here we go, you guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So I find it really interesting that he didn't even start hearing Morgana until like until only 2 years before Giselle came. Oh, this is unusual. Look at this. At one point, a man with unusual disease stumbled across the mansion while wandering through the forest. But there is little more to be said about that. For nothing at all could have convinced me to care about someone else. What is that? What is going on there with that? I spent much of my time sitting before the fireplace. I'd covered the stained glass window with drapes. Loath to even think about that damned archangel. Oh, it's a side story. Interesting. That is interesting to know, Coffee Force. I wonder if that's going to be in that Requiem, whatever Requiem is. Staring at the dancing flames, I was able to forget the passage of time. Watching, unblinking, as the red and orange tongues flicked back and forth. They seemed to spread outward from the fireplace, consuming me. Whether by the raging infernos of hell, or the cleansing fires of purgatory. The thought of being swallowed up and burned to ashes by a massive conflagration was quite pleasant. But those visions never became reality. Tell me, Michel, what are you thinking right now? Do you still not want to curse them? Look at yourself, Michel. Look at how you're living. Do you really want this life? Have you ever thought about dying? Michel. Would you like to die? That's the right answer. God has said that taking one's own life is a sin. After all, I'm going to use that one again later.
That's good, Michel. You've made the right decision. And I shall be there with you until the very end, my dear friend.
Honestly, part of me did desire death. I just didn't have enough energy to take my own life. My mind and spirit were too far decayed. Oh, God. However, in my 10th year, the door opened once more, and time sputtered back into motion. When you showed up, Giselle, oh my God! Everything I'd given up on, and everything I thought I'd lost, it all came back. At first, as you know quite well, I was deeply mistrustful of you. I hated having you around, but if I hadn't met you, in all likelihood, I probably would have continued down that path and become a demon. But you seem to me like a rather handsome man. I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more of a woman. So you're not a witch. To tell you the truth, I didn't know who might be here, which had me rather scared. But I think I could make this work. Oh my God, Giselle, you saved his life! Oh my God! It's a pleasure to meet you, Master. After taking care of Giselle, I returned to my room. I was, to be honest, dumbfounded. And it was, naturally, the witch who stoked the fire of my apprehension. Why would you let that woman stay here? She came from the Bollinger estate, and we both know how you feel about your family. Chase her out. Give her a little scare and she'll be gone within the day. If you'd rather not, I could always frighten her in your place. A rattling window here, a couple of broken glasses there. Small things like that to accentuate the eerie atmosphere. Are you going to say anything? Why do you care about her at all? Oh, now don't be like that. I live here too, so why shouldn't I care? And I am not fond of noisy people. Or sprightly women like that one. That's something we can both agree on, isn't it? You don't like that woman, do you? The more a person smiles, the less you can trust them. Though I hardly have to tell you that, do I? Stop talking. Now, that's not very polite.
This is a family matter. It is none of your concern.
I was merely offering to help rid you of a pest.
I don't need your help. I will get rid of that woman when I'm ready. But first I will find what secret she's keeping. Then I will go back to living in peace.
Very well, then. That pest has no place in your sweet solitude. The world before you now is so much kinder, so much warmer than the one you used to know. Well, good luck then. And if you need a helping hand, don't be afraid to ask. Oh, and by the way,
What now?
you've changed, my dear. And I like you so much better like this. I always hated how much you reeked of human. You were blessed with a body like unto God. You were personally created by his hands. I could only dream about what you have. But you only wanted to deny it. Now, though, you act the part much better. A saint resurrected by the closest living thing to God. Perhaps this too could be considered a miracle.
Morgana.
Yes? Oh!
You are a deranged, delusional woman.
Oh my god! Why, thank you. Giselle was a woman who smiled a great deal. Her jade eyes seemed to glimmer every time she made a new face. And the more she smiled, the more vibrantly she spoke, the more suspicious I became. I couldn't trust someone who smiled that much, especially not a woman. And the way she kept trying to get friendly with me didn't help that impression at all. I had a hard time believing she honestly wanted to get to know me. I couldn't help but think she was trying to fish for information. Anyone who tried to get close to me had to have some ulterior motive, like Aimee, who had only done so to satisfy Mother. Perhaps my mistrust could have been considered paranoia. But even 10 years later, flashes of that nightmare would still come back to me from time to time. It would take more than a few attempts at being nice for me to trust this stranger. Eventually, I came to the realization that she was hiding something, and I convinced myself it was out of guilt. So I wrote Mother in search of something I could use to tear her down, to get her out of here. I should have listened to Giselle rather than Mother or the witch. But I had conflated her with Aimee in my mind, so as I was unable to see where the truth really lay. I was only able to perceive her as malicious. So instead of her, I put faith in Mother's words, despite Mother never once doing the same for me. Oh, God.
My beloved daughter, Michel, I deeply regret having to put you in this situation. I never wanted to let that woman get anywhere near you. She is a witch. A terrible, sinful witch. A dreadful and tainted woman. She lay with my husband, with your father. She's a lowly merchant girl who wormed her way into our family so she could exploit your father for money. She committed a grievous sin, the sin of adultery. I tried to have her executed, but your father wouldn't allow it, so instead he had her banished to atone for her sins. Unaware that you already live there. And I could not tell him either, for that is mine and your brother's secret. I pray you can find it in your heart to forgive your mother for her failings. Forgive me for delivering a witch to you. I would not be surprised if she tried snooping around. She is a ruthless fiend who will do anything for money. Should word of your curse happen to spread, it would surely draw unwanted attention from the church. We have no allies except each other.
Oh, God.
Michel, with this letter I have included a knife. The blade is in blessed with holy water, which will allow it to eradicate the corrupt evil soul of the witch. I ask of you, with all my heart, to send that awful creature back to hell.
Jesus Christ. It was storming that night. Erratic claps of thunder ripping through the sky. Giselle let out a panicked scream, shoving me back. And the look in her eyes kicked into motion emotions that I thought I'd lost. I knew that face. I knew that scream. Because that face had once been mine. I screamed with that same utter despair at the world.
Back to the way things were.
Yes, finally. It's quiet again. I'm honestly surprised she stayed as long as she did. In a way, her tenacity is rather impressive. Not many would persist for so long, in the face of such obvious disinterest. But you know no one would try to get friendly with you without good reason. Information about you carries considerable weight outside these walls. But the look on her face then...
Oh, but the look on her face then. Was that really just her putting on an act because I revealed her scheming?
If you think she was afraid of you, you're mistaken. That's how people behave when their sins are brought to light.
She was screaming, though. And she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away.
You're not going to let a woman's screams cloud your judgment, are you? A woman can make a weapon out of anything. Tears, a smile, fear. The day she arrived, you recognized her smile as fake. So surely you aren't going to fall for this.
I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up.
Just nothing, my dear. In fact, what perplexes me is why you didn't simply kill her when you had the chance. Are you afraid of the sight of blood? The blood of your tormentor has no more worth than that of a wild boar. You should have sliced her throat without a second thought. Although, I suppose that would have made quite the mess. Now that makes more sense. You were not afraid of hurting her. You merely didn't want the burden of having to clean up afterward. How very like you.
Be quiet!
Oh, come now. That woman's finally gone, and it's back to just the two of us, and you don't want to talk.
Silence, please.
As you wish. I will celebrate your accomplishment in silence, my dearest friend. I imagine she's out there, half buried in the cold earth by now. I get chills every time I consider whether I would have, where I would be if I'd done what Mother said. If I'd killed you, or if out there in the forest, you had succumbed to the unforgiving weather. Life had never given me much in the way of good fortune. But you coming back, you being alive, was absolutely a blessing. I'm done! I can't take it! I'm through with this whole world! You don't have any idea what I went through there! How hard was it just for me to keep myself together? Giselle, I do understand. I know very well how difficult, how painful it can be. For no one to believe you. For no one to accept you. I know far too well what it's like to want to scream that you're done with this whole damn world. I truly do. That day, for the first time, we saw past the surface. We got to know each other as people. It was nothing more than a single small step. But for us, it was like we had moved a mountain. I still remember how the light felt as it shone through the windows we opened together. It didn't burn. And while this might sound melodramatic, I feel safe in saying it was probably the gentlest light I had ever felt in my life. Oh my god, that is so sweet! Okay, you guys. I think we're heading into the end game here. We are basically now seeing the same events as the other chapter, but from his perspective. Oh my god, this song! Oh my god, this song! This song just gets me! Oh my god! I mean, like, gets me like right in the heart. Seriously! It just sounds so beautiful. Oh my god. I love this song so much. Tomorrow is some Higurashi, and the day after, we will be continuing this. Oh my god. You're almost caught up, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.